You know that feeling, don't you? That quiet, persistent sense that time is just slipping through your fingers,
No,
even as that list of unfinished tasks just grows longer and heavier day by day.
hmm
Maybe it's that crucial presentation scaring you down, or, the book you swore you'd read, or finally tackling that dreaded closet.
we've all been there.
It's a universal struggle, this
Yeah.
invisible weight, this quiet resistance we call procrastination.
Absolutely.
And when we think about why we do it, our minds often jump to the usual suspects, right? I just don't have enough time.
Yeah, or I'm just not motivated enough right now.
Exactly. Sometimes we blame a lack of discipline, or we simply label ourselves as lazy and feel we need to just, get it together.
But what if I told you the true root of procrastination runs far deeper than any of those surface level explanations?
Okay.
It's often not about time or laziness at all. I mean, really. It's about something much more profound happening beneath the surface.
That's where we're headed in this deep dive then. Our mission is to move beyond the quick fixes, the obvious excuses, to really explore the core of this behavior.
Right. To get to the why.
We're going to unpack why it truly happens, what it's trying to tell you, and how understanding that can actually help you unlock your full potential. We've pulled together insights from really fascinating range of sources, Carl Jung, some powerful modern strategies too.
It's a great mix.
So let's start with that familiar moment. What really happens when you make that choice to delay something important? You know deep down and it needs to get done.
hmm
But instead of moving forward, you find yourself drifting. Maybe it's scrolling social media, watching a random video,
Or cleaning.
or even, strangely enough, suddenly feeling the urgent need to clean your entire apartment.
Mm.
Something I've definitely done when a big project loomed. It's almost like you're trying to avoid something.
Exactly. You hit the nail on the head. Psychologically, procrastination isn't a flaw in your character or simply poor time management. It's actually a defense mechanism. It's your mind's way of trying to avoid emotional discomfort tied to a certain task.
Emotional discomfort. Like what?
Well, that discomfort can manifest in many forms. A fear of failure, maybe perfectionism, anxiety, or even an unconscious resistance to what that task represents about you or your future.
Interesting.
Carl Jung, through his deep exploration of the human unconscious, offers us a unique lens to understand this.
Right.
He believed that every action or lack of action is shaped by this hidden internal dialogue between our conscious self and those unseen parts of us, our emotions, our past wounds, our fears, our deep longings.
So it's like a conversation inside.
Kind of, yeah. From his perspective, procrastination is far more than just delaying. It's a psychological message, a reflection of inner conflicts, almost an inner voice asking to be heard.
When you say inner voice and unseen parts, that makes me think of something Jung called the shadow. Can you tell us why that concept is so crucial here?
Ah, the shadow. Yes, it's a fascinating and really vital concept for this. It's the part of our psyche where we basically store aspects of ourselves we'd rather not acknowledge or confront.
The stuff we don't like.
Pretty much. Think of it as a subconscious vault for our insecurities, our fears, repressed desires, unresolved emotions. Instead of facing these uncomfortable parts, we often shove them into a dark corner of our minds.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Well, we wish. But the shadow doesn't just disappear. On the contrary, it subtly shapes our choices, our emotional reactions, our behavior, often without us even realizing it.
Wow.
And procrastination becomes a prime, albeit subtle, expression of this shadow. Each time we avoid a task on a deeper level, we're often saying, I don't want to deal with what this task brings up in me.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Putting off an important work project might not just be laziness, it could be a deep-seated fear of failure or anxiety about not meeting expectations.
Yep.
Avoiding a difficult conversation with a friend might reflect discomfort with conflict or a fear of rejection. So in these ways, procrastination acts as a shield, helping us temporarily sidestep those uncomfortable emotions.
And personal goals too, like exercise.
Absolutely. This also applies to personal goals like finally starting that fitness routine. It might not be a lack of motivation, but a deeper resistance to physical discomfort or even a fear of changing your identity and how others perceive you.
That makes a lot of sense. So what we avoid doesn't just go away, it actually seems to grow stronger, finding new ways to hold us back.
Exactly.
Procrastination, then, is often a very clear signal, like a flashing light for an inner conflict we haven't resolved. It subtly reveals parts of ourselves that are longing to be acknowledged and integrated.
Precisely. And in today's world, modern technology with its endless distractions, Well, it serves as a perfectly convenient escape, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely. Too convenient sometimes.
These instant gratifications pull us further from what truly matters, intensifying the cycle of avoidance and feeding our anxiety and guilt. So, procrastination isn't just a bad habit, it's a profound message from our mind. It's an invitation, really, to explore and resolve inner conflicts.
An invitation. I like that framing.
As Jung wisely put it, what we fail to face within ourselves will eventually appear as fate.
Wow. Okay, so before we can truly overcome procrastination, it sounds like we have to really understand it first, almost like listening to that inner message you mentioned.
You got it. You can't change what you don't fully understand, can you?
No, I guess not.
It all begins with some honest self-exploration.
Okay, how do we do that? Where do we start?
Absolutely. The first practical step is simply to identify the tasks you consistently avoid. Make a mental list, or even better, actually write them down.
Like really listen up.
Yeah. Are they job-related, personal life tasks, maybe overdue conversations, or perhaps major life decisions? Once you've identified them, look for common themes. Do these tasks typically involve a significant challenge? Or the fear of criticism? Maybe the risk of not meeting certain expectations? Noticing these commonalities is the first real step to understanding your unique procrastination pattern.
Okay, finding the pattern. Got it. What's next?
Next, reflect on the emotions involved. What do you actually feel when you procrastinate? Maybe it's guilt, anxiety, or that brief, fleeting relief.
Yeah, that relief that never lasts.
Right, which then quickly gives way to frustration. These emotions are like a compass, pointing directly to the inner conflicts that are calling for your attention.
A compass. That's a good way to put it.
And finally, ask yourself, what do you think about yourself when you procrastinate? It can be uncomfortable to confront, but it's necessary.
The self-talk.
Exactly. Thoughts like, I'm such a mess, or I'll never be good enough to do this right, often emerge from those hidden parts of our psyche, our shadow. These unconscious beliefs are what keep us stuck. But becoming aware of them allows us to challenge and begin to rewrite them.
That's powerful advice. And for that crucial self-exploration, is there a particular tool you recommend? Something concrete?
Yes, for self-observation, a journal can be incredibly effective. Seriously.
The journal. Okay.
It serves as a mirror, helping you clearly see how procrastination shows up in your daily life and how deeply it might be affecting you. Every time you catch yourself procrastinating, jot down 4 simple things.
4 things.
The specific task you're avoiding, the emotions you're feeling, the thoughts running through your mind, and the activities you're using to distract yourself.
Task, emotions, thoughts, distractions.
Right. As you write, you're bringing what's unconscious into the light. Something Jung believed was absolutely crucial for true personal growth.
That truly shifts the perspective. Self-awareness, then, is the fundamental first step toward transformation. Once you can recognize your patterns, you can begin to actually collaborate with them instead of constantly fighting them.
Exactly. You're working with yourself. As Jung put it, what we deny takes control of us. What we accept holds the power to transform us.
Okay, powerful stuff. So now that we started to get a clearer picture of the underlying dynamics, let's talk strategies. Because understanding is great, but we need action too, right?
Absolutely.
Overcoming procrastination isn't about just pushing harder or forcing action. And in fact, you said the more you fight it, the more resistance you often feel.
Because it's your inner self asking to be heard.
Right. So the key here is to listen, understand, and then work with yourself.
That's right. So let's dive into some practical strategies. We can start with those directly inspired by Jung, and then maybe broaden our view to other experts.
Sounds good. Let's start with Jung.
Okay. First, integrate your shadow. This means actively facing what you've been avoiding.
Facing it. How?
When you notice yourself procrastinating, just pause. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Or what exactly am I trying to avoid in this moment? Maybe it's a fear of failure or a discomfort with uncertainty.
Okay, identify the feeling.
Yes. And when you recognize and accept these emotions without judgment, they begin to lose their grip on you. It's about acknowledgement.
Acceptance, not judgment.
Yeah.
Okay. Strategy 2.
Second, break tasks into small, manageable steps. Procrastination often appears when tasks feel overwhelming, just too big.
Yeah, that feeling of, where do I even start?
Exactly. So the key is to shrink the task so it feels less threatening. Instead of write the full report, commit to open the document and type the title. Or even just work on it for 10 minutes.
Just 10 minutes.
Just starting, even with tiny steps, can disarm that initial fear and build crucial momentum. Confidence comes from starting.
Okay, small steps. Makes sense.
What else? Third, make daily self-reflection a habit. Set aside a few minutes at the end of your day. Reflect on what you accomplished and when you found yourself procrastinating.
Like a daily check-in.
Precisely. Ask yourself questions like, what made me avoid that particular task today? What did I feel when I avoided it? What can I try differently next time? This creates a constructive inner dialogue, allowing you to learn from your patterns instead of just repeating them.
Learning from it. Okay. Number 4.
Fourth, use positive affirmations and mental visualizations. Procrastination is frequently tied to negative thoughts about your own ability or worth. You need to actively counteract those.
How?
Try positive affirmations. Simple phrases like, I am fully capable of handling whatever comes my way, or every small step moves me closer to my goal. And visualize yourself successfully completing the task and the positive feelings that follow. See it happening.
Visualize success. Got it. And the last Jung-inspired one?
And fifth, create routines and practice conscious discipline. Look, inspiration isn't always present, right? Which is why solid routines are essential.
Yeah, you can't wait for inspiration to strike sometime.
Exactly. Set a schedule for your top priorities. Tackle your hardest tasks when your energy is highest. Actively eliminate distractions, turn off notifications, clean your workspace, and maybe try proven techniques like the Pomodoro method.
Pomodoro.
Yeah.
That's the timer thing. 25 minutes on, 5 off.
That's the one. Work intensely for 25 minutes, then take a 5-minute break. It breaks things down and keeps you focused.
Okay, so we've explored the inner work, the psychological underpinnings, some Jungian-inspired tactics, really helpful. But for those times when you just need to act, like right now, how do we translate that deeper understanding into immediate, concrete action? Let's bring in some other experts.
Good idea. Brian Tracy, a renowned productivity expert, emphasizes that overcoming procrastination truly begins with changing your thinking about tasks.
Changing your thinking. How?
He suggests using a simple mantra, do it now. Just repeat those words, do it now, do it now.
Do it now.
Repeating it embeds the message deep into your subconscious. It acts as an immediate trigger to get things done. He contrasts this with negative self-talk, which only reinforces the habit of avoidance.
Simple, but potentially powerful. What else from Tracy?
He also introduces the concept of eat that frog.
Eat the frog sounds unpleasant.
Ha! It means if you have more than one daunting task, or live frog as he calls it, tackle the ugliest, most difficult one first. Without delay, just get it done.
The worst one first.
Okay.
Why?
He argues that you can actually double your productivity by simply changing the order of your choices and doing the most important, often most unpleasant thing first. It gives you momentum and a sense of accomplishment for the rest of the day.
Makes sense. Get the hard stuff out of the way.
And he reminds us that while we can't manage time itself, time exists completely out of our control, we can manage the sequence of events in our lives. So life management really is time management.
Controlling the sequence.
Right. To apply this, he advises asking yourself, what are the consequences of doing or not doing this? Prioritize tasks with serious, immediate consequences. His advice is clear. Plan each day in advance, list your goals, set priorities, and start on the most important tasks immediately. No hesitation.
Plan, prioritize, start. Got it. That's about tackling the immediate daunting task. But what about the bigger picture? Our time, our priorities. How do we stop feeling overwhelmed by everything we could be doing? Let's turn to Laura Vanderkam. Her perspective sounds fascinating.
Oh, Laura Vanderkam's work is excellent on this. She debunks the common myth of time-saving tricks.
Time-saving tricks? Like what?
She shares amusing examples like making only right-hand turns when running errands to save seconds, or being overly judicious with microwave usage, or even DVRing shows to fast forward through commercials just to find time for exercise.
Huh. I think I've tried some of those.
We all have, but her core argument is brilliant. We don't build the lives we want by saving time here and there. Instead, we build the lives we want and then time saves itself.
Build the life, then time saves itself. Explain that.
She illustrates this with a great anecdote about a woman whose water heater broke. Suddenly, she had a 7-hour cleanup emergency on her hands.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you'd asked that same woman if she could find 7 hours a week to train for a triathlon, she'd likely say, no way, I'm too busy. But when the emergency hit, guess what? She found the time.
She had to.
Exactly. This powerfully shows that time is highly elastic. It will stretch to accommodate what we choose to put into it.
Time is elastic. I like that. So it's about choice.
Precisely. Vanderkam also suggests a powerful reframe. Instead of saying, I don't have time, try saying, it's not a priority.
Ooh, that's confronting. It's not a priority.
It is, but it's far more accurate, isn't it? It reinforces that time is indeed a choice, even if there are consequences to that choice.
So how do we figure out what is a priority?
To help identify true priorities, she suggests writing a next year's performance review for your professional achievements and a next year's family holiday letter for personal highlights. Imagine you're looking back a year from now.
Okay, looking ahead to look back.
This exercise helps you clarify maybe 6-10 concrete goals.
Hmm.
Then the key is to schedule these priorities first. Block out time for them in your week.
Schedule the big rocks first?
Exactly. She suggests doing this planning on Friday afternoons, which she calls a low opportunity cost time, meaning it's when the disruption to other important activities is minimal. Create a 3-category priority list: career, relationships, and self, and block out time for those items first before the week fills up.
Career, relationships, self. Schedule them first. That makes sense.
And for those who feel perpetually too busy, she points out that there are 168 hours in a week.
168. That sounds like a lot when you put it that way.
Right. Even with 40, 60 hours of work and 56 hours of sleep, that's 8 hours a night, that still leaves 52 to 72 hours for other things. We often have plenty of time for what truly matters. We just don't allocate it consciously.
It's about allocation, not scarcity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And finally, she highlights that small moments have great power. Use bits of time for bits of joy.
Bits of joy.
Yeah, like reading on the bus, meditating during a coffee break, or maybe having family breakfast together instead of trying to force dinner if evenings are chaotic.
Yeah.
Don't wait for big chunks of free time.
Use the small moments. Love that. Okay, so we've covered deep psychological roots with Yon, immediate action with Tracy, structuring our week with Vanderkam. But what about that very instant, that split second when you feel the resistance kicking in right before you click away or pick up your phone?
Mm-hmm.
How do we break the cycle right then? Let's look at Mel Robbins' 5-second rule.
Ah, yes, the 5-second rule. It's brilliantly simple and effective for that exact moment. Mel Robbins makes a crucial distinction first.
You're not a procrastinator. You have a habit of procrastinating.
A habit, not who you are. That's a big difference.
It's incredibly important because habits, unlike ingrained personality traits, can absolutely be broken. She explains that all habits have 3 parts. A trigger.
Which, for procrastination, is usually stress or discomfort.
Exactly. Then there's the pattern, which is avoiding doing something.
Scrolling, cleaning, anything but the task.
Right.
And finally, the reward, which is that brief moment of stress relief you get from avoiding.
The relief that traps you.
Precisely. The key isn't to get rid of the stress trigger, as that's often impossible, but to change your pattern of avoiding.
Okay, how? With the rule.
Yes. So next time you feel yourself hesitate, feel that urge to delay, acknowledge the stress, and then immediately count down out loud or in your head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This simple action interrupts the habitual response stored in your brain. It actually activates your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning, decision-making, and taking action. It shifts you from autopilot to conscious control.
It wakes up the rational brain.
Kinda, yeah. Then the goal isn't to finish the task or even work for an hour. Just work for 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes again, like the small steps idea.
Exactly. The goal isn't to finish, it's just to start. Research shows that if you can get yourself to start something like 80% of the time, you'll actually keep going. The biggest hurdle is just starting.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go for 5 minutes. Okay, I can see how that could break the spell.
It really can.
Wow. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground. Let's take a breath. Picture for a moment.
Yeah.
Imagine how your life would truly look if you consistently worked with your inner self, if you really embraced these strategies. What would shift for you?
It's worth reflecting on.
Think of those projects you've always wanted to finish, those personal goals you've paused indefinitely, or the meaningful conversations you never quite dared to have.
Breaking the cycle of procrastination doesn't just reshape your daily schedule. It can fundamentally transform your entire life.
How so? What are the big benefits?
Well, one of the most noticeable benefits, of course, is a significant boost in productivity. When you stop delaying tasks, you realize what once felt overwhelming is actually much more manageable.
Right. Things get done.
And getting things done doesn't just ease your stress, it sets off this chain reaction of energy and motivation. Success breeds success.
Okay, productivity boost. What else?
Beyond that, overcoming procrastination deeply impacts your self-esteem. Every time you avoid something, you might fall into that cycle of self-criticism, telling yourself negative stories.
Yeah, beating yourself up.
But when you start taking action, even small steps, that internal narrative shifts dramatically. Each accomplishment, no matter how minor, proves you're capable and competent. it boosts your confidence.
So better self-esteem, that's huge.
Huge. And your relationships benefit too.
Yeah.
We often delay apologies, difficult conversations, or even simple acts of appreciation because they feel uncomfortable. When you break that habit, you become more present, more engaged, more accountable in your interactions. It builds deeper trust and authenticity in your connections.
Better relationships, productivity, self-esteem, relationships,
Yeah.
anything else.
But perhaps the most profound benefit is gaining access to your untapped potential.
Untapped potential.
Think about it. Many incredibly successful people, like the novelist Victor Hugo, actually had to devise rigorous systems to force themselves to write. He literally had his servant hide his clothes so he couldn't go outside.
No way.
Yes, and that discipline led to lasting legacies that changed literature. Now imagine what you could accomplish if you stopped making excuses and started channeling that energy. Maybe there's a hidden talent you've never explored or a project you've avoided that could change not only your life, but perhaps someone else's too.
That's inspiring. Really makes you think.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to remember, though, right? Overcoming procrastination isn't about instant perfection.
Not at all.
It's about conscious progress, about moving forward, even if it's just a little more each day.
Absolutely. So just to recap, we've explored what procrastination truly is. Remember, not laziness, but often an inner conflict, connected to deeper layers of your mind, like Jung's shadow.
Right, the inner message.
And we've armed you with practical tools for change. We talked about integrating your shadow, breaking tasks into small steps, making daily self-reflection a habit, using positive affirmations, creating solid routines.
And then the more action-oriented ones.
Yes, Brian Tracy's powerful do it now and eat that frog methods, Laura Vanderkam's insights on time elasticity and scheduling priorities first.
And Mel Robbins' immediate 5-second rule to break that hesitation cycle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Exactly, a whole toolkit.
No, take a second to pause and reflect on all that. Seriously, just pause. And then I want to invite you listening right now. Take just one single step today towards a task you've been avoiding.
Just one.
You don't have to fix everything right now or even finish that task. Just choose one thing you've put off, no matter how small, and give it 10 minutes. Or even 5 minutes, using Mel Robbins' idea. The goal isn't how far you get. It's simply about starting. That's the hardest part.
Just start.
Remember, overcoming procrastination isn't something that changes overnight. It's a journey of self-discovery that unfolds in small, consistent, intentional steps.
Small, consistent step.
These tiny actions, taken with purpose, create a powerful force for change. They guide you toward a life that feels more authentic, more aligned, and far more fulfilling. Every single thing you do, no matter how minor, is part of a larger story you're actively writing day by day.
A story you're writing, I like that. As Carl Jung once said, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens.
A perfect closing thought.
Maybe that's exactly what you're being called to do right now. To awaken, to finally open your eyes not just to the world around you, but to the incredible universe that exists within you. To stop running from your reflection and instead begin to truly embrace it.